Inside this coin purse are some world coins that I bought for just $2. Let's see what I got. Hi friends, Woohoo here once again with another world coin purchase and hunt. Like I mentioned, $2 is what bought all of what's in here. And as you can see, this is pretty stuffed full. So I'm just going to dump this out. Let's not waste any more time. And you know what? Yeah, you see there's a whole bunch of different stuff in here. Like I said, all of this, $2. 40 coins in all, 1 nickel a piece was what the guy was selling them for. So I'm going to push these off to the side. And let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to get some of this out of the way first. This is Korean, as you can plainly see. 521 in total, but... and obviously this 501 is still, face value. These two are the larger 10-1 coins that have largely disappeared from circulation due to being replaced by a smaller type. I've seen this one many times. The 2003, though, was a year I don't have. And this one especially, 1966, this is the older design, but you'll notice it's actually, slightly different metal composition than this one. So that's why I picked those up. And elsewhere in this pile, yep, more money. 50 yen. Showa year 49, excuse me, that's 1974. Just picking that up as pocket change, but as you can tell, 50 yen worth a little more than the nickel I paid for it. As is this one, 50 euro cents. But that is from Greece, which I did not have before. Let me punch in a little bit so you can actually see what I'm showing you a little bit better. There we go. Let's see, what else was also just money in this pile over here? Yep, this one over here. Just a generic British 50 pence, 1997, first year of the small type. It's pretty straightforward there. And yet another one, 10 kroner this time, from 2002 from Denmark. Yeah, we got a little bit of discoloration up here, but this is about $1.50 in face value. So all of those coins that you see up there, move the camera over, up there, were face value. By my rudimentary calculations here, that's $2.50, that's 70 cents, that's a couple pennies. So, I mean, that's already almost $2, almost $3 worth of spare change that I've picked up. Now, some of the other stuff in here that you can't very easily spend anymore includes this one right here. Punch back in. George V, British halfpenny from 1932, in pretty decent shape, I must say, for being in a world coin bin. Picked that up for a nickel. Speaking of the halfpenny denomination, here's another one, but this time from Australia, 1933. With a different portrait of George V. Crowned portrait that time. I did not have an Australian halfpenny, believe it or not. Let's see here. Now, these two are interesting. They don't look like much. 50 stotinki, 1999, and 1 lev from 2002. These are both from Bulgaria, which recently switched over to the euro at the beginning of 2026. So these are still technically exchangeable. I believe the exchange rate is somewhere near 2 lev to the euro, a little bit less. So this is about a euro and some change if we were to go to the Bulgarian Central Bank and exchange that. Oh, another piece that can be just used as money. 20 sen from Malaysia, 2001. But this is an older design that I think is still technically legal tender, even though the newer coin is a little bit different. Let's see, what else do I have here? This is a very big, chunky coin here, but in this condition, I had to get it. 1949 down there on the date, but Francisco Franco, caudillo de España por la gracia de Dios. This is, 5 pesetas, 5 pesetas. Now, if you look in these stars over here, you might be able to see a 19 and a 50 if my hand will stop shaking there. There we go. There's a 50 right in there by that star on the right, indicating 1950 mintage, the year that coin was actually minted, I should say. And we've got a couple of Indian coins as well, both square, but the same denomination. We have 1918 on the left with George V again. He's getting a lot of airtime today. 2 annas, and the same denomination on the right, but from 1950 in also India, but independent India. Independent from Britain, which I thought was rather neat. I have a collection of, I say a collection, a little denomination set here of these coins that I did not have before from Mexico. 1, 2, and 5 centavos from differing years, from the 20s to the 30s. This 1937 actually looks like still in pretty good shape. The other two are still in good shape, but obviously show signs of circulation more so than the 1 centavo does. So that was a nice welcome addition to my collection as well. We have here, I think I showed you one of these before, a 5 kuna from Croatia, but this one has Latin text as opposed to Croatian text from the year 2000, but the design is pretty much the same. Croatia also recently switched over to the euro, albeit a few years back. Let's see. Oh, one more Mexican coin before we leave that one. 5 pesos, 1985. Well, it's not 5 of today's pesos, I'll tell you that much. Well out of circulation by now, but interesting find. A type I didn't have before. Speaking of types I didn't have before, Bolívar Libertador, República de Venezuela, un Bolívar, 1967. Copper nickel, not silver. I missed silver by a couple of years, unfortunately, but Venezuela, as some of you may well know, was plagued with rapid hyperinflation in the early part of the 21st century. So that coin isn't worth very much as nowadays, as you can probably imagine. Let's see, what's another interesting one that I've got here? Here we go. Yes. 5 jiao, or in other words, 50 cents. This is actually Taiwan. This is the year 43 of the Republic of China, if I'm not mistaken. May 20th. I wonder what significance that has. But yeah, that's an outline of the, oops, other way around. Outline of the island of Taiwan. That's rather neat. Here's a coin that I think you've seen before, but maybe never this tiny. Look at this. 100 lire from Italy, 1991. I'm so used to seeing the big versions of this coin, but this one, whoops, see, I'm having trouble holding on to it because it's so tiny. It's about the size of a US dime. I guess, well, this was worth about 5 cents at the time of the changeover to the euro, so I guess maybe they realized it didn't have as much purchasing power anymore. Speaking of small coins, another one from Italy with a design change to boot. 1996, 50 lire. I've seen a larger version from earlier years with the forge worker on it. 1996, so this was a new type for me. Speaking of new types, most of these are new types, as a matter of fact, but this is a country you don't see very many coins from. 10 centavos, Centenario de 1830, 100th anniversary of something that happened in 1830. As you can imagine, there's 1930, the vintage year, but República Oriental del Uruguay, Eastern Republic of Uruguay. That's a country I've been getting into fairly recently. So that's pretty neat. Big coin there. Let's see here. I'll leave you to figure out which country this is from. Yeah, you can probably tell. Era, Ireland, 1959. Pre-decimal florin, 2 shillings, as you can see right there, with an Atlantic salmon. This was a type I did not have before. I think this might have been the last pre-decimal denomination that I did not already have. So that was pretty neat for me. We have here, this is technically South Vietnam, 1970, 10 dong. I have the 1, I have the 5, and I have some of the fractional denominations, but not the 10. And in this condition with the mint luster. I just had to get it. So that was kind of neat. We have here Fiji, a threepenny bit from Fiji, 1961, pre-decimal Fijian pound with Queen Elizabeth II on it. That's a nice design there. I'm going pretty quick through these. This right here, Brazil, 50 centavos, 1976. And to go with it, one that's maybe a little bit older than that, 100 days. Now it says 15th of November of 1889, but if we turn this over, it was actually minted in 1896. So how's that for an old coin? Speaking of old, 10 lepta. We saw that word earlier on the 50 euro cent from Greece. As you can imagine, this one is also from Greece, but look at the year on this one, 1894, with an A mint mark. I think I have this coin. I think I have a similar coin, but it's a 20 lepta and not a 10. So this was a denomination I did not have before, which was nice to see. Speaking of denominations, I have coins from Luxembourg, or Luxembourg to be precise, but not a 1 franc and certainly not from 1939. This is copper nickel, I hasten to add. Some people might think it's silver, but it's not. Here's another one, 50 Pfennig from 1921, Deutsches Reich. The J mint mark down below, this is 50 Pfennig from Germany. Time period I don't really mess around with that much, but that example was rather nice, so I figured I'd go pick it up. Here, we see here Israel. This, I remember looking this up, and it was the old Israeli pound rather than the shekel that they have today, a half pound, half lirot. That's the year down there, but I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. I'll put it down there for your edification. Another neat little design. And here is a cash coin. It says there 10 cash. Peiyang 10 cash. A Chinese provincial coin that I did not previously have. I do not quite remember the year on this one, but I do remember it's like 1890 something or like early 1900. That's pretty neat. Put that down there. Speaking of cash, now I'm tossing up whether this is the genuine article or whether this is a replica, because this is a Daoguang Tongbao. In my research for this, now this is about 22 or so millimeters in diameter, but when I looked this up on Numista, this is the Buchewan mint mark right there, and that variety on Numista says it was 27 millimeters. There's a little bit of rim damage or maybe some clipping going on right there, and the hole does not look, too like modern manufacturing. Like it's not very uniform. So I'm inclined to believe this is the genuine article, but if you know anything about Chinese cash coins and know anything more about this, let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to know your thoughts, whether you think this is the genuine article or not. But nevertheless, I picked it up because it's an inscription I don't have. Here we have 5th Asian Games, Bangkok, 1966, a commemorative that I didn't previously have from Thailand, as you can see, 1 baht. Didn't even know they did 1 baht commemorative coins until I got this one, but hey, there you go. Neat little piece. And then the owner of the shop had said that there was no silver in that world coin bin, but as I'm about to show you, there actually was. Look at this, 1899, 10 öre. The 3 crowns right there say to me that this is from Sweden. I found out this is 40% silver, as a matter of fact. Very, very tiny coin, even smaller than the 100 lire coin we found a little while ago, and I thought that one was small, but you saw how tiny that was on the zoom out. By comparison, here is a Canadian dime I found in that same World Coin Bin, and it's even smaller than that. Now, the Canadian dime, before we get too carried away, see the year on that, 1964. This was also in the bin, and this is 80% silver. Not bad for a 5-cent pickup, essentially. And last but not least, slightly bigger than the dime. Here, let me get that back so I can compare the size here. Slightly bigger than that dime. We have here Queen Wilhelmina of the Netherlands. Look at the toning on that. Still with some mint luster and some nice toning on the front. Look at this. 1/4 golden. From 1947, we see Curacao over there on the right, meaning that this is from the Netherlands Antilles, the Netherlands Antillean guilder, which was actually recently replaced with a Caribbean guilder. So not legal tender anymore, but because this is some percentage of silver that I'm forgetting off the top of my head, I wouldn't want to spend this anyway. But that is a very attractive coin, and for just a nickel, I think I made out like a bandit for this world coin. Now there you are, all 40 coins that I picked up. Like I said, a nickel a piece. How do you think I did? Well, I mean, I think you already know the answer as to how I did, but really, how did I do? Let me know down in the comments below what your favorite coin was from this selection. Pick a top 3 or a top 5 even if you want to. I'm not picky. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time when I've got another world coin acquisition. I'll see you soon.